Well, good morning. I hope you had a very good night's rest. I did. I feel rested and ready to start a beautiful day. We are here we are in the middle of November, and Monday is a super moon. I'm really looking forward to it. It is the closest the Earth and the Moon have been together in 70 years. So we are talking about icebreakers today, and Monday gives you the opportunity to do a marvelous icebreaker about this wonderful event. Truly, what I want to teach you is that anything can be an icebreaker. The point about ice breaking is that usually eyes meet and there's an opportunity to speak. There's a moment where there's an opportunity to smile and say something that invites the other person to have a conversation with you. Today we're talking about travel as ice breaking. And like I said, anything can be an icebreaker. Oftentimes, questions are used as icebreakers. And I would like to encourage you that anytime you have an opportunity to do ice breaking and you think, go to a question. How are you? Hey, how are you? It's a beautiful day. Let's get some good coffee here. Okay, I made that up. But what I'm just trying to tell you is that was a coffee shop situation. That anything can be an icebreaker. Anything. So Monday is the opportunity to do ice breaking. And especially now in Japan, it's very exciting. I tell you, I seem to do ice breaking almost every day. There are so many foreigners here visiting. Now, it's not to say that I don't do ice breaking with Japanese people, but it's not as common and it's not as easy. Many times if I meet eyes with a Japanese person, it's blank. So it's not an invitation for me to engage in conversation. I did have a very cute experience at a restaurant in Yoyogi Uehara on, what day was it? I think Friday. It's a very small spaghetti restaurant. And I was at the counter and seated next to an older woman and her daughter. They were probably like 80s and maybe 60s. And so the waitress was really hurrying. And I had told her, just a little kimchi on my spaghetti. And the woman and I met because the waitress ran off. And we laughed and we smiled. And she said, she's very busy. And I thought, an icebreaker. Oh, how great. I said, yes, she is. She said, try again. Now, we didn't end up talking after that, but it was a fun connection. And it's those things that I want you to feel comfortable and confident to start doing, because it makes for a heart-warming experience. So I hope you have a nice cup of tea or something. Cheers! Excellent. Yes, again, good morning. So, ice breaking. Now, my method is answer plus plus. That is the basic first step method that I want you to be thinking of. Answer plus plus. You can think of it as beginning, middle, end. Beginning, middle, end. Beginning, middle, end. Your focus is that every time you respond or say something, you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. 1 sentence, 2 sentence, 3 sentence. That's just for basics. Now, of course, as you become more experienced and comfortable, that changes. because every situation is different. So flexibility is a good idea. Oftentimes, though, I see Japanese speakers saying nothing or not very much because native English speakers or other English speakers know to speak nonstop. It's almost like a mini speech when you're speaking English. And that is what I am pushing you to learn. And so what I see sometimes, and before in my experience of teaching, the Japanese people would just give a one-word answer or a one-sentence answer. And then native speakers or other English speakers who understand how to speak English fluently feel uncomfortable and feel like they have to fill the silence. So then they speak nonstop. And the Japanese speaker of English is left going, yeah, because they're not sure how much to say. And I have been watching, let me first explain why I'm speaking about Japanese speakers. I know there are people from other countries on this webinar. The reason is I'm in Tokyo and Japanese learners of English are my focus. And so actually, if you're here learning English and you are coming to Japan, you might enjoy striking up a conversation with a Japanese person and engaging in conversation and allowing them to learn how to speak English. Although conversations are not the time to learn, conversations are the time to go for it. So yes, my focus is answer plus plus. No matter what, just remember answer plus. Katie said answer plus plus. How are you? I'm fine. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to catch up on my housework. Oh, I'm so. Yesterday I had a headache, but today I feel okay. More information. It's that beginning, middle, end, answer plus plus. So if I were to ask you, our topic is travel. If I were to ask you, do you enjoy traveling? What's your answer plus plus? So right now, do you enjoy traveling? So my answer, yes, I do. I travel whenever I can. I like to travel in the... Now I'm going to show you how you can use the answers to questions as icebreakers. So let's take this question. Do you enjoy traveling? An icebreaker would not have, yes, I do. No, I don't. So that part, cut. We're creating an icebreaker talking about traveling. So here's what my icebreaker would be. I enjoy traveling. I like to travel in the off season. One more. It's cheap. So if I'm on a plane, or if I'm traveling and I'm in a restaurant, or a coffee shop, or standing in line at a museum, or looking at souvenirs in a gift shop, and my eyes meet the clerk's eyes, or my eyes meet another shopper's eyes, I enjoy traveling. I travel in the off season. It's cheap. Katie, that's an icebreaker? Yes. Yes. What you're doing is just connecting and giving some fun information or information that is relevant to you. You've basically told the person, oh, I'm traveling, I'm having a good time. I enjoy traveling. I travel in the off season. It's cheaper. And people might laugh and then start talking too. One of the points about not using a question as an icebreaker. Some people don't like to be asked questions immediately or quickly. So this way, by not asking a question, you are able to start a conversation by giving 3 pieces of information about yourself. That's your beginning, middle, end. That's your answer plus plus. So that's what I'm teaching today, is how to, when you're on the train or when you're in a coffee shop, prepare. Preparation is the key for anything. Cooking, dancing, working, taking a trip, making a list of what you're supposed to do. Preparation. And we know that. And many times you're used to preparing for English by memorizing vocabulary, filling in the blanks in a worksheet for grammar, listening and answering questions for listening comprehension practice. Not much is done to prepare your ideas, your thinking, your experiences, your words, and how to say them. So what I'm teaching you is wherever, whenever, you can do answer plus plus preparation. And if you are going to take a trip, let's say you're going to Okinawa, you can write at the top Okinawa and some questions. Have you been to Okinawa before? This is my first time to Okinawa. I'm looking forward to scuba diving. The fish are supposed to be beautiful. There, you've had a question, and then you did answers to it. There, that's the perfect icebreaker. And what you're waiting for is the opportunity, but you're prepared. You're prepared to know, oh gosh, yeah, anything can be an icebreaker. Whatever pops into my head can be an icebreaker. How's the weather? Oh, it's a beautiful day. I can't wait to get started. The beach is calling me. Or overseas, if you're going overseas. So we're going to look at, and I have worksheets that I will be sending out. I will send out the English and the Japanese for the worksheets. But I thought for today that just listening and watching might be good. And it's a good chance for you to do some English-only listening practice too. The holiday season is coming up. New Year's is a big travel time for people. And then we start going into spring. You've got Golden Week and then summer. And like I said, wherever you go, you may have the opportunity to do ice breaking. And I just again want to encourage you that anything can be an icebreaker. If it's friendly, said with a smile, unless it's raining and you don't like rain. Oh, it's raining today. I forgot my umbrella. I'm on vacation. But that's an icebreaker. That's an icebreaker, and it's fun, you know, and people can connect and understand your feeling. So I am going to screen share, and just to let you know, Google Hangouts switched over to YouTube in September. So sometimes when I screen share and then go back to me, the lips go a little bit strange. The voice and my lips don't sync, or there are little blue men that appear on the screen. So we'll just take what we can and work with it. So I'm going to check the screen. Oh, good. Hi, Taiko. Nice to have you here. Good morning. And I understand not everyone is a chatter. There are many people who are just listening. That's fine too. You don't have to do the chat box. But it's a good way to do some ice breaking if you care to do some texting ice-breaking practice. So let me go to a screen share. Here we go. Let's see here. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. There we go. We should be screen sharing. Excellent. So again, we started with, do you enjoy traveling? Notice how here's your answer, plus, plus. This is a great icebreaker. While you're at the hotel or a restaurant or in the airplane, you know, talking to someone, you meet eyes and you have a conversation. Very simple, very easy. And you do this by preparing with questions. So, again, you can get my workbook, which explains the answer plus plus method. So, this worksheet will be in English and Japanese, and I will send that out tomorrow. So these are some typical questions for talking about a travel experience you are about to have. Is this your first time here? What made you decide on here? How long are you staying? What have you heard about it? What are you planning on doing? Now let me emphasize again, these are questions that you answer before you travel or while you're traveling. You use your answers as an icebreaker, but also these are typical questions someone may ask you. So not only does this preparation help you for icebreakers, it helps you have some preparation for questions that people may ask you when you are traveling. You can be in Kyoto traveling. There are so many tourists in Kyoto from all over the world. Tokyo, Nara, Osaka, Kyushu, Hokkaido, Okinawa. The opportunities for having conversations are huge in Japan now. So not only can these be used as icebreaker preparation questions, these can be used as conversation preparation questions. Here are some questions you can ask people. Here are questions people may ask you. Here is a way to do your preparation for icebreakers. How long are you staying? What have you heard about it? What are you planning on doing? What's the weather supposed to be like? What have you heard about the food? Where else have you been? Then you can also do it for past travel experiences. Do you enjoy traveling? Where did you go? When did you go there? How did you get there? Where did you stay? How long were you there? What was the weather like? What did you think of the food? Did you buy any souvenirs? What was the highlight of your trip? Now again, these questions are going to be in English and Japanese in worksheets that I will send out, or a worksheet that I will send out tomorrow. And so that's a lot of questions, but think about it. All of these answers are not answers from a book. These are not answers you have to memorize. They're possible answers, but it's you talking about you. This is your conversation preparation. Now let's see how we could use these as icebreakers. So here we have, if, for example, you're going to Scotland for the first time, and you're not in Scotland yet, but you're just doing preparations for possible questions someone could ask you and an icebreaker you could do. Maybe you're checking into the hotel and the hotel clerk greets you. Good morning. And you break an ice with, this is my first time to Scotland. I'm really excited. There is so much to do. Now, ice breaking can also happen if someone just gives you a short greeting. If, for example, someone says to you, hello, you're breaking the ice if you give answer plus plus. Because the hello is a small attempt to make contact. And if you come back with a big icebreaker, hello, this is my first time to Scotland. I'm really excited. There is so much to do. Or if someone says, hello, and you say, wow, there is so much history in Scotland. I came here to visit the castles and museums. I love history. Perfect. See how all of these make really interesting icebreakers? Maybe you're standing in line at a museum. Again, these are questions that help you prepare icebreakers or answers to these questions for conversations you might have when you're traveling. You're in the museum and you're looking at a picture and your eyes meet another picture looker and you smile and say, I'm here for 4 days in Scotland. It's a short trip. It's enough time to sightsee. Answer plus plus. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Again, these are typical questions for travel. Typical question, travel, conversation. So you can use these as icebreakers, or you can, of course, use these as questions that you will get from people when you are traveling. What are you planning on doing? The hop on, hop off bus in Edinburgh sounds good. I'm getting the 2-day pass. The bus goes to the major sites. Again, this preparation you can do in a coffee shop, in your home, on the bus, waiting in the doctor's office, in your head. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be thinking, what are some questions people might ask me in this situation? Make a list of those questions and then answer plus plus them. They're just possible answers you can give, but your brain, you start then having a habit of answer plus plus. And then without the question, this is an icebreaker. This is an icebreaker. Maybe you're on the plane. Maybe you're waiting in Paris to transfer to Scotland. And you're shopping in the airport shop. And you meet eyes with someone. Oh, I hear it's quite cold in Scotland. I have very warm clothes. I'm prepared. Oh, yes, I've been to Scotland. You'll love it. That's how your conversations begin. These are your icebreakers. And they're interesting icebreakers. Very interesting icebreakers. So what I want to stress for you and stress to you is that right now, right this moment, today, you can start doing conversation preparation. It's almost like a puzzle book. You get those puzzle books, crossword puzzles. This kind of preparation is like doing a crossword puzzle. Answer plus plus, answer plus plus. Okay, there. Oh, I don't know how much got lost or left or let me go to the webcast and see what happened. I saw that something, I'm going to thing here. Anyway, I've been emphasizing that preparation is the key for you and your language learning, and that with this Answer Plus Plus, you can, let's see. Oh, good. Yoshiko, yes. If you happen to see someone being busy, looking around, smiling, it's well prepared. Me looking for a great opportunity at sightseeing places in Kyoto. Oh, good for you. Yeah, people might ask you. Exactly. Well, I'm not sure how much of this got recorded or didn't get recorded. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Last night's webinar talks about the same thing, and I am going to be sending out the worksheets so that you can do this. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to more Answer Plus plussing with you. Okay, take care. Bye.